We used to get stared at a lot. We'd just be doing our regular schmegular grocery shop and we would be getting stared at, like, do you know what I mean? And we would just be like, what the hell is going on? Because we're not used to that. I mean, they were probably thinking, who is this black Muslim hijabi speaking a whole different language to them? Like, where are you from? Where are you from? Hi you guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Warda. I hope you guys are all in the best health and the best spirits considering everything that's been going on. But still, I hope you guys are all doing well, okay? I wanted to wish you guys a very late Happy New Year, okay? And the reason being, I've literally picked up my camera that's been catching dust, and one of my targets or my goals at the start of this year was to jump back onto YouTube and be consistent. So I am going to get it done. I hope you guys are doing well with your goals and your targets that you guys have set yourself from the start of the year. If not, then it's never too late, okay? It's never too late. Every day is a new day, every week is a new week. So go on and get up and get it done, okay? Anyway, that brings me on to my next point, which is what this video is about actually. This video is going to be a part 1 out of a short series which I'd like to call the BG series. It's going to be a 3-part series where we dive a little bit deeper into some of the questions that you guys have actually been asking me into my DMs. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, I'm going to put it right here. Do follow me, reach out if you ever want to, and yeah, just connect. I think after you guys have been watching my last couple of videos about what life is like here in Bulgaria, some of you guys have been reaching out to me and asking about what it's like living in Bulgaria, what's the application process like to apply to study medicine or dentistry here, and I've been getting questions like that from people all over the world, like America, Scandinavian countries, like, guys, it's mad, okay? But yeah. So part 1 is going to be about what's it like living in the country, what's it like studying here, and all of that sorts of stuff. Part 2 will dive a little bit deeper into what is the application process like and what is the actual course structure like, or placements and all of those sorts of things, the nitty-gritty of actually the studying process. Part 3 is going to be all about money, okay? So tuition fees, loans, where can you get some financial help, or all of those sorts of things basically. So if you're thinking about studying medicine, dentistry, or even pharmacy, because they offer that here, and you're thinking about moving across the world, okay, Eastern Europe, to come to Bulgaria to study one of these, then stick around and check out each of these videos to find out a little bit more information and to help you with your decision making, because I know it's hard, it's tough, especially with education being one of the biggest things that is being affected by this. I know you guys are finding it very difficult, but stick through it. Honestly, stick through it. That's all I can tell you guys. Just stick through it and make do with what you've got. The first question that I get from you guys is, what's it like living in this country? Considering it's a country that I had never heard of before I even got here. Honestly, I never heard the name Bulgaria before anywhere. You hear about proper Western European countries like Italy, Germany, Malta. I've heard about even Romania, because at one point I think Romania was a very popular destination that a lot of people were coming to study medicine if they didn't meet the grade criteria in the UK. But Bulgaria, never. And that's because there wasn't that many international people from the UK coming here. I mean, I'm probably, I think, in the 3rd cohort of students that actually came here, with the first lot of international students actually having just graduated, bless them. But yeah, so it wasn't that popular, honestly. But what's it actually like living in this country? It's pretty alright, honestly. Like, don't get me wrong, it was an adjustment, okay? I'm from London, which is a big city, and this place is so quiet and peaceful, okay? Don't get me wrong, it does offer city vibes, especially Sofia. Sofia is a really big city. Plovdiv is the 2nd biggest city in this country, and it does still offer the big city vibes, but it's very peaceful. Like, there isn't so many people here. The population here, I think, is relatively much smaller than the UK, especially London. And there are a lot more of the older generation here, because a lot of the younger population, they move out to, I'm guessing, Western European countries for more better work opportunities and education opportunities. So yeah, it's very quiet, okay? One thing that I had to really get used to was the lack of sirens. That is one thing that my ears were just like, wow, nothing, just utter silence. That's it, okay? Yeah, it's safe. It is pretty much safe here. Like I said, one thing that really took a bit of an adjustment to get used to is there are pretty much not a lot of sirens here. And I'm guessing that's because the crime rate is not that high here. But don't quote me on any type of statistics here, okay? I don't know anything about that, but it is pretty much safe here. I mean, it was only just recently that there was a spurt of international people coming to Bulgaria. It took the people living in those cities a bit of a while to get used to other people coming to their country, and we used to get stared at a lot. We'd just be doing our regular schmegular grocery shop and we would be getting stared at, like, do you know what I mean? And we would just be like, what the hell is going on? Because we're not used to that. But they weren't either. They were just thinking, who are these people coming and flocking to our country? So it wasn't from a racist perspective at all. It was just from an inquisitive one. They were just curious as to see, like, who are you, where are you from, and what are you even doing in this country? Like, what are you here for? Like, and then when you tell them that you're a student and you study, they actually start to have a conversation with you because they're so curious. They just want to know, like, where are you from? They don't ask, like, okay, you're from the UK. Okay, but where originally? Like, they want to know a little bit more about you, which is so lovely because then it sparks a little bit of conversation and you can practice your language, okay? I've been using all of those opportunities to practice language, learning Bulgarian, and guess what? My Bulgarian is still bad. Oh, this one's tough because their language is mad, okay? It is quite mad. I remember when we first got here and we were on the minibus that was transporting us from the airport to our apartment, and I was looking outside the window at their street signs and the shop signs and just trying to read the language, just see if I can pronounce those letters. But their letters are completely, most of their letters are completely different to the normal Latin alphabet that we're used to from the English language. Some of the letters are just a funny shape, they're different, and the little, just the few that we recognize, what I mean, just the few, okay? They will pronounce different. So let me give you an example. A P is pronounced as an R here in Bulgarian language, which is so hard to get used to. But you have to learn it. You have to learn Bulgarian to help yourself out, to speak to the locals, to get yourself a taxi ride, to go to shops and just help yourself out and things like that. And you're going to need it in your clinical years to communicate with some patients, even though the teachers do try and help in terms of translating. But we do need to know it in order to get the most out of our lessons. So yeah, it's one that we do have to learn. Yeah. So this one's quite difficult to answer because I haven't been to all the different universities, but what I've gathered is that all the universities are really similar in terms of the teaching, in terms of the course structure. It's really similar. We all pretty much do the same thing. But in terms of people and the social life here, people flock from all different parts of the world, firstly, to come to Bulgaria and study here. That's majority UK. You've got a lot of people from Greece, because Greece is literally right next door. You've got a lot of people from Germany, Italy, Scandinavian countries, which is so beautiful. And in terms of like social life, there's always events happening here. There's always events outside of the university and also part of the student societies that are part of university. I know that Pleven really highly regards their international community because they hold a yearly annual international day where they celebrate so many different countries from all over the world, like cultures, their food, their fashion, so many different parts of it, and it's so beautiful to see. I kind of went to one of their events in one of the years. I've been to them a couple, but I vlogged one of them, so you can check them out. But yeah, there are always other events happening as well. ACS in Plovdiv is another society that really puts on a show, okay? They have the most beautiful events that are always going on. They do fashion shows as well. They have games nights, which are so amazing because it integrates people from so many different cultures. You don't need to be African, you don't need to be Caribbean, you could be whatever you want. Literally just come up and just have a good time, you know? Sports isn't a thing that is in high regard here. I know that the universities literally battle it out sometimes when it comes to netball, cricket, football. They always have tournaments going on, and most of the time they're always doing it for a good cause, which is so beautiful to see. On top of that, actually, there's quite a few travel opportunities that Bulgaria has to offer. We have annual ski trips that are sometimes organized by students here that literally allows everybody to go as a group together, just for safety, just for having fun in big groups and big numbers. So everybody around these times of the year goes out skiing in Bansko, Pomperovo, which are all of these places that people from the UK actually come and visit, the tourists to come and enjoy that. But hey, you're already living in this country, you get to enjoy things like that. There's so much scenery this place has to offer as well. There is hills upon hills and mountains that you can trek and hike, which is so beautiful. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I've answered some of your questions as to what it's like in this country. If you do have some more questions, stick around for part 2 and part 3, where I'll be diving a little bit deeper into what the course structure is like, what the application process is like, and money. So in terms of tuition fees and the loans and all of that good stuff. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.